A cinematic 3D medical animation showing the intricate muscles of the human body glowing, focusing on the pelvic region and legs balancing against gravity, dark background with glowing blue and gold biomechanical lines. Detailed anatomical illustration of the human pelvis from side angle, highlighting the gluteus medius muscle in glowing neon orange beneath the translucent gluteus maximus. Hyperrealistic, medical imaging style. Slow-motion visual of an older adult walking, with an X-ray overlay showing the pelvis staying perfectly level as the foot strikes the ground. The gluteus medius pulses with light on each step, demonstrating stabilization. Microscopic cellular view showing fast-twitch muscle fibers slowly fading and thinning out. The scene transitions to a brain scanning a glowing red alert signal from the pelvic region. Cinematic lighting. Biomechanical graphic showing secondary muscles like the lower back and tensor fasciae lati glowing angry red with inflammation and strain, pulling an animated pelvis slightly out of alignment. Dark background. Neural network visualization showing bright electrical pathways to compensating muscles, while the pathway to the gluteus medius dims and goes dark. A silhouette of an elderly person walking cautiously like on a tightrope. Clinical rendering of a person with Trendelenburg gait. A clear visual of the pelvis dropping on one side during a step, with neon vector arrows indicating the downward force and the upper body leaning to compensate. Focus on the leg joints, showing the femur rotating inward and the knee buckling into a valgus position. Red warning graphics highlighting the stress on the knee's meniscus and ligaments. 3D anatomical model. Dramatic slow-motion visualization of a foot catching on an uneven sidewalk. Ghostly overlay showing the failed muscle contraction and the loss of the center of gravity, ending on an X-ray focusing on the vulnerable neck of the femur. Split screen. On the left, faded traditional exercises like light aquatic therapy. On the right, vibrant, sharp focus on targeted isotonic loading exercises, showing dynamic tension in the lateral hip muscles with glowing biomechanical bands. An older individual performing a flawless side-lying hip abduction. A luminous neural pathway shoots from the brain directly to the gluteus medius, bypassing other muscles. High-tech fitness visualization, neon grid floor. High-tech fitness visualization showing deep functional anatomy. Glowing green tension vectors ensure correct form on the lateral gluteal fibers, while red warning zones highlight incorrect angles to avoid. Macro 3D animation inside a muscle cell. Mechanoreceptors glow brightly as they sense physical tension, sending luminous chemical sparks deeper into the cellular matrix. Microscopic view of muscle tissue experiencing controlled microtears. Bright chemical sparks enter the cell nucleus, which begins weaving new, strong actin and myosin protein strands. Glowing satellite stem cells rapidly migrating to torn muscle areas, fusing with the tissue and expanding it. The muscle cross-section visually transforms from thin and fatty to thick, dense, and powerfully red. A glowing foot striking the ground sends an instant lightning-fast neural impulse back up to the brain, instantly triggering a brilliant blue glow in the gluteus medius, symbolizing an impenetrable fortress of stability. Abstract visual representing anabolic resistance. A semi-transparent shield blocking nutrients from entering an aged muscle cell, contrasting with a young muscle cell where nutrients flow freely. 3D molecular visualization of the leucine amino acid shaped like a glowing golden key, breaking through the anabolic resistance shield and preparing to unlock the cellular growth pathway. The golden key unlocks the mTOR pathway, lighting up a massive factory-like protein synthesis process inside the body, surrounded by floating orbs representing calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. Dynamic cellular animation showing glowing calcium ions flooding muscle fibers, causing contraction, while cool, blue magnesium sweeps them away to relax the muscle. A golden ray of vitamin D shines over the process. X-ray silhouette of a person sitting hunched in a chair. A visual aura of stagnation surrounds them, with red warning zones highlighting the compromised posterior chain and pelvic area. Animation of the front hip flexors glowing red and visibly shrinking, while the gluteus medius at the back is compressed flat against the seat, turning blue as blood flow and oxygen are restricted. An elderly person smoothly performing a standing hip flexor stretch, unlocking a symbolic glowing padlock on their pelvis. Bright sunlight streams in, emphasizing energy, vitality, and an active lifestyle. Visual representation of kinesiophobia, a dark, claustrophobic, shrinking tunnel around an elderly person shuffling hesitantly, portraying the intense psychological burden and fear of moving. A person walking with a shuffling, hesitant, wide-based gait. Shadows stretch ominously on the ground, visualizing the desperate attempt of a nervous system to avoid a catastrophic fracture. The dark metaphorical tunnel shatters like glass, revealing bright light. The visual transitions from a locked, compensated body posture to one standing upright, exuding physical confidence and empowering neurochemistry. An older individual walking confidently down a set of stairs in a bright, vibrant park. A glowing aura of stability radiates from their pelvis, symbolizing freedom, safety, and restored dignity. 3D biomechanical model showing the human kinetic chain perfectly aligned from the spine down to the foot. The lower spine moves smoothly without grinding, showing no red zones of inflammation. X-ray view of a stable pelvis acting as a strong foundation. The lumbar spine is illuminated in a healthy blue light, completely free of mechanical shear forces. Focus on the leg during walking. The femur remains straight, the knee avoids inward collapse, and the foot's arch stays strong. Glowing green alignment vectors demonstrate perfect biomechanical harmony. A glowing wave of green healing light radiating outwards from the gluteus medius, curing the downstream and upstream symptoms throughout the entire body structure. Abstract imagery of old, fragile text pages burning away, revealing a new, high-tech, fortified blueprint of the human body, symbolizing the destruction of the old flawed paradigm of unavoidable aging. The extreme precision blueprint of a structural engineer overlaying an older adult's body, highlighting flawless kinetic angles and nutritional building blocks locking into place. Cinematic conclusion shot of a vibrant, healthy older adult standing strong on a rugged mountain peak. Glowing architectural blueprints fade into their strong musculoskeletal system, representing structural integrity, triumph, and lifelong independence.